Okay, y'all, it's clear as day what's really going on right now, and I am going to break it down to y'all. I'm just my personal opinion now, okay, y'all. Allegedly, but it's clear as day what's going on here, and I've been saying this for a long time. The autopsy report was released, the second one, not the toxicology report, and they're saying some, stuff that we expected that there was not. They wasn't going to find the cause of whatever. And that's number one. And I said that. They were not going to find is going to be something whereas, they can't tell what happened to them or whatever. And that's what we just got, y'all. And I'm about to talk about it, okay? Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, threes, and fours. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So everything is alleged, some is not. And the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. The autopsy report then came out, and I was doing some numbers, and I looked up and saw one of my subscribers put a comment up. And I had to open it up with this first because what they said in the comment section added, it was the same thing that was popping up in the numbers, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But this looked like this was all designed to cause division, y'all. This is what this looks like. And that's the truth. When everybody was talking about Carmelo Anthony, people was coming together. The blacks were coming together about what just went down with Carmelo Anthony. People in the jails was like, we ain't having it, this and that. So many people all over the world was coming together, y'all, for Carmelo Anthony. And then this case right here shifts Carmelo Anthony's case to the side and took over the airwaves of everything, y'all. And this case popped up on the scene and it caused nothing but division within our own people. I want you to pay attention to this, y'all. As long as we was talking about Carmelo Anthony, when nobody arguing, when nobody beefing, when nobody sending their minions at people and on YouTube and all kind of stuff. The subscribers wasn't going back and forth. Oh, I hate her. Oh, I hate her. Oh, I hate him. Oh, I hate. It wasn't that going on until Nolan Wells' case popped up. And ever since then, people been at each other's throats, y'all. Pay attention to this. Now, this is what one of my subscribers posted up. People were uniting over the injustice of Carmelo's situation. And now, this has been pushed to the forefront and people are back arguing and fighting over it. This is a distraction. This is all by design, y'all. All by design. And at the same time that comment came in, I was doing something on here and to cause division popped up in the comment. I mean in the on the gematria. And if you put in to cause division, y'all, in gematria, 111 pops up. 111, y'all. The sacred to the face, that pops up. You know what else pops up under to cause division? 185, y'all. 185. Nolan Wells passed away on the 185th day of the year. You can't make this up. And then 111 popped up too. And 23 comes up there three times. Three times, y'all. You can't make this up. This is what popped up under to cause division, y'all. And that's exactly what's taking place right now. Even bloggers are going, everybody is divided right now. Whereas everybody was coming together for Carmelo. Everybody, the bloggers, everybody was pushing out videos to keep Carmelo Anthony in the news. And all of a sudden, Nolan Wells overrides. And the whole thing is crazy, y'all. The whole thing is crazy. And everybody been saying, somebody gonna look stupid in the end. And now, just as I thought that they were gonna say in the first place, Nolan Wells, preliminary autopsy results reveal 7 unanswered questions. Of course, we was gonna have unanswered questions, y'all. After the teen vanished on a trip with his friends. Okay? They're saying that the it's inconclusive or something like that, y'all. The independent autopsy report is basically inconclusive. They don't know how he passed. This is what they're saying. They're saying that the cause of his demise were listed as undetermined, pending investigation, with its date of his passing as unknown, y'all. Didn't I tell you we wasn't gonna get no answers? Didn't I tell you that somebody was gonna live looking stupid? Now I'm wondering, is the first autopsy gonna be released now? Now that the second one was released, is the first one about to be released too? And is that even the real autopsy of the second one? Is they gonna say, "Oh, we just put that out there just so we can see what they was gonna say"? This the real one. Like this is how this case is going right now, y'all. That you don't know what is gonna be told to you, when, where, how. And one thing for certain is undetermined. This is what they're saying. Now, we waited this long, y'all. This long for them to say this. Nolan Wells' independent autopsy results in undetermined cause of manner of demise. Wells, 18, was last seen July 4th, sometime in the afternoon. Though the exact time isn't clear, his body was found 2 days later by a U.S. park ranger, y'all. This is what they're saying. I said he had a bruise on the back of his head. We waited this long for you all to tell us he had a bruise on the back of his head. Another thing that they're saying is his neck was missing. Neck missing, y'all. That's what they said. His neck was gone. Wow. Still no cause of passing either. Neck gone and still can't tell what happened. This is what they saying. Absent. This part was absent, y'all. His neck. Now, some people saying, it could be because somebody put something around his neck. But wouldn't that go all the way around? You would see a rope mark. They didn't say nothing about a rope mark or anything like that. And if somebody would have put their hands around somebody's neck and squeezed till they was up out of here, it still would have had some kind of print around his neck. Right? No visible signs of a pulsation, none of that. Didn't people say they took a pipe and broke him off? Well, according to the mother's lawyers, that didn't happen. Didn't 2 girls come forth and say his body was burnt, his face was burnt up, and the hands and 2 women put their face on it and stamped it. Oh, we got somebody that's close to the situation. They say he was face down. Well, the park ranger people is saying that he was face down when they found him. When the people came out and they found the body on the island, they say he was face down. Is this where the girls got that from? Did they throw that out there just to see was anybody gonna bite or somebody? I mean, they got a lot of views off there. Everybody was talking about that. Everybody was talking about it. Now, the lawyer come out and say There was no visible bruising nowhere outside of a red mark on the back of his head and the neck missing. No burn up face, no none of that stuff. So these two females that came out, they came out and lied. Why? Why, y'all? And if people wouldn't have started talking about some don't seem right on both sides, the lawyers and the kids, I don't even think they would have. It seemed like they had to be forced to put out something. And Ben Crump, like, let me go and put something out Wednesday. Because I think they were going to try to let this prolong, but people started pushing back. Like, you collected hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands from people. Okay? Temperatures is rising. Everybody's getting into it. Tell us something. Don't keep acting like this is, and people throwing out videos talking about this reminds you of Emmett Till and all of this stuff. Don't keep on throwing this out stuff out there, getting people peed off, and you ain't giving no answers. All Ben Crumb had to do was tell us how the body looked, y'all. How the body looked. What condition was the body in? We still have no answers, y'all. No answers. Now we're finding out there's some more lies taking place. They're saying that he was fully clothed when they found them and all of this stuff. And people saying that's not true. He probably put his shirt on with his little swimming trunks. That was it. But they act like he had, they had changed his clothes or something, y'all. Or put clothes on him after. Y'all, this is what Ben Crumb just got caught up in that lie too. And he said, don't put stuff in my mouth, blah, blah, blah. So now he's going back and forth. I told y'all somebody's going to be left looking stupid in this, didn't I? Didn't I? Now, it ain't no doubt in my mind that they did something to him. Oh, yes, something possibly was done to him. Because it don't make no sense for everybody to run and lawyer up. People don't want to take a lie detector test. Don't want to let the dog sniff the boat. There's so many things, call for help and then tell the help don't come. Somebody else came to get us. There's so many things that shows that this was done to him. But there are also so many things that are showing that on both sides, you got a side eye. His side and they side. Both sides, y'all. That's for darn sure. Is this normal? Is it normal, y'all, for your neck to be missing? Word on the street it is if you're in water. I'm telling y'all, we're going to talk about some things, okay? An independent autopsy points that Nolan Wells might have gotten hit on the back of the head, y'all, which means he was caught off guard. He was caught off guard. When you hit somebody from the back and it's caught off guard, it's somebody that's jealous of you, hateful, somebody they didn't want to confront you face to face like a man or a woman. They wanted to be sneaky. They wanted to be sneaky and get you. That's what they wanted to do, y'all. The autopsy person received the body without its neck. And the first thing I thought was, did they cut his head, divide his head from his body? Did they do that? That's what I was thinking. Like, wow. But they didn't say that happened, which means the inside of his neck. When they want to do any autopsy report around the neck area, the inside of the neck was gone. Not the actual neck around it. The inside, y'all. They took that out. Okay, y'all? I put in Nolan Wells' throat missing. Maybe I should have put neck missing. I put throat. But anyway, 322 popped up. Skull and bones. Nolan Wells' throat was missing. 1111 pops up again, y'all. You can't make this up. 1111 pop up for that. And you put up to cause division. 111 pops up. Y'all, this is to have everybody at each other's throat right now. This is what this is about. I was talking to my mom earlier. I said, you know what? You remember back in the days when, around our neighborhood, people would get jumped by a group of people. And then they would go and catch those group of people one by one by one by themselves and handle their business, y'all. And they respected them afterwards because I was like, he called each and every last one of them us and put knots upside their heads. And afterwards, they had no more problems with those people. They gave them their respect. I thought about that. I don't know why I thought about it. And I told my mom about that. I was like, do you remember, things that like that used to happen? Not, all of this money collected and nothing is done. And they hit a bump in the road and they go on about their business. And I said to myself, I said, Ben Crumb looked like he's tired of this story. He's ready. He's over it. He's ready to go on and do other things. He's tired of pampering her and the daddy. They're tired. They're tired. And to look at, the actions up until now of the parents. The daddy up there with all the muscles, but I'm just saying, y'all. Quiet as a mouse. Quiet as a mouse the majority of the time. It's crazy. Quiet as a mouse. On questions, you would think that they would come out and say something, or both of them would be answering. No, the wife is the one that's doing all the talking, all the talking. Then you find out later that, she's part of a sorority, y'all. Then you find out later that she, is into demise mystery books and stuff like that, and secret society books. And you like, what's really going on here, y'all? You laughing and laughing and laughing until everybody say, what is she laughing for? And then you get to a point where everybody's saying, why is you still laughing? Now you want to cry and try to push a tear out. And now it seems like you're acting. And people getting mad. Oh, I lost some subscribers. I don't care. Bye. Because some people hate to hear the truth. And one of the main truths is this was to divide people, y'all. This story is to divide people. There are so many other stories of people dangling and all kind of stuff has been done to them. Brutal, brutal, brutal things done to them. And their stories are not being told by Ben Crump. Their stories are not being told by Al Sharpton. All of the news stations aren't covering it. And for this story to be covered everywhere by everybody and push another story out the way of a kid that had 21 scholarships. 21, y'all. And whatever possibly he wanted to do with himself. Track, basketball, football, whatever it was. He could do it. Good grades and everything. Work history. He's in prison right now because of some bullies. And where's Ben Crump them on that, y'all? Why just this one story? That's what the people want to know. That's what I want to know. Why is this one story so much more important than everybody else's story? Let's talk about this neck missing for a change. Okay, y'all? Let's talk about that. When a neck is described as missing or having missing structures in an autopsy report, it usually refers to the internal throat structures. Okay, y'all? Internal throat structures rather than the physical loss of the external neck. Okay, y'all? This most commonly occurs for the following reasons: routine forensic retention. They might remove it and retain the bone, okay, and the cartilage, the thyroid cartilage, and surrounding tissues if there is any suspicion of somebody putting something around somebody's neck or whatever. I don't think they took it for that reason. Because it would have been something around the whole neck if there has been some kind of bruises around the neck for that reason. My personal opinion, not just the inside. Neck compression or trauma. Okay, y'all. Um, Remember when I was telling y'all that STAB was coming up in the numbers? I don't know, y'all. I'm starting to wonder. Y'all. Was he stuck in the neck? Just saying, y'all. These are preserved to allow for closer microscopic or toxicological analysis. Analysis. There you go. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna say this. They still doing a toxicology report. So was it taken so that they could, I'm just saying, y'all, do further investigation on it? Okay. Or was it taken because this is where he passed away? This is the cause of his passing. Something happening to his throat. Okay, y'all. The second autopsy limitations. If an independent or a second autopsy is referred later, the examiner may report that neck structures are missing simply because they are dissected and kept during the initial state or local autopsy. So they could be holding on to his neck because they doing further tests, or to me, that's the cause of his passing. And that's why that neck was removed, because they didn't want you to know his cause of the passing. Okay, y'all. Do you see how people look like it's starting to look like people cover their tracks? They're committing crimes now, and then they take out the part where it's going to prove what happened to them. Okay. Now another thing is coming up is advanced decomposition. In cases of prolonged exposure to the elements or water, natural soft tissues in the neck may degrade or be lost to scavenging prior to recovery. So, if you're in the water, then it's saying that the tissues in your neck and everything is kind of the first thing to go. This is what they're starting to sound like they're saying, okay, y'all? Um, the lack of information can make it difficult for a subsequent examiner to rule out specific neck injuries or determine an exact cause of passing. Something ain't adding up, y'all. Something is not adding up with this whole situation. And like I told you, it's a tug of war. One person say this, one person say that. One thing say this, one thing say that. This is crazy. 2 autopsies. Second one, oh, it's neck missing. And then you got all of this right here. So you still back to square one. Because if you've been in the water for days, which people is saying, debunking that, saying that the body wasn't in that type of, it wasn't in that type of situation where, it didn't look like it had been in water for days. The person that found them said that it don't look like his body been in the water that long. So it leaves us to, if this is true, like I told you, y'all, I don't believe none of these people. People is getting upset, seriously getting upset, and I don't believe the police or the parents them. I don't believe Ben Crump them. I don't believe none of these people right now at this point, because there's too many things coming up of tug of war. One person say this, one friend just came out and said that he was drinking his kneecaps off. Another friend said he was just fine. You don't even know if he would have drinks in the system or not. The friends is contradicting each other, and they supposed to be friends, and they got the story. And this is why it seems like to me somebody is telling these kids, if you confuse everybody, you say this, say this, you say the color was blue, you say the color was red, you say the color was black, you say the color was green. You gonna confuse the jury? The jury gonna be like, oh, I don't know what color it was. Everybody's saying something different. This is what's going on with this case, y'all. This is what's going on with this case. And boo-boo money has been collected, and they are not looking like they're gonna get anywhere, y'all. Anywhere. And everybody on the internet is saying this look like Get Out all day long. A lot of people are saying this. Just because you're invited doesn't mean you're welcome. And I'm gonna say this. We gotta wake up, y'all. We have to wake up as a people. We do. We gotta stop putting ourselves in harm's way. And we got to stop living in in fairy tale worlds and live in real reality of what's really going on around us. They putting it in the movies. They putting it in the videos. They putting it in the news. They putting everything right in our face. And it's up to us if we're going to open our eyes and pay attention or open our ears and listen. Because a lot of people still ain't listening, y'all. A lot of people, you can't tell them shit to go right now. You can't tell them nothing. This crazy. This is crazy. And this is how a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel like it was a setup. It was a setup from the start. This is how people are feeling. This was a complete setup. And he was lured there. His friend is coming out on the news talking about, it was at least 4,000 people there. Boats was back to back to back parked next to each other. He's saying that on the 4th of July, this is a big deal there. It's a big deal. People plan for this. So this was planned. Lots of planning took place. Okay, y'all? It was a lot of people there, y'all. A lot. And due to the fact that it was that many people, you think nobody didn't see nothing? Huh? Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. But they're all doing the same thing that they did to Carmelo. Okay, y'all? They're doing the same exact thing they did to Carmelo. They all got on that stand and they turned on Carmelo. They even said he wasn't even their friend, y'all. He was invited to that tent, just like Nolan was invited to that island. Same thing. Except one is overriding the other. Because the first one was causing black people to come together. The internet was lit, y'all. Talking about Carmelo Anthony. And this came along, and a lot of people just stopped talking. Stop talking. Everybody was focused on this. And this is why I say, like, black people is kind of gullible because they tension to go from here to there to there to there. And they always find a way, y'all, to get some more money out your pocket as if it ain't enough money coming out y'all pockets in the first place. Groceries is high, y'all. Property taxes are high, y'all. Okay? Living period is high. Gas is high. Everything is high, high, high. And every year, some more bills go up. The lights, the gas, something else increases. And Lord knows cable and all that other stuff just continues to rise every couple months. Okay, y'all? They got these demons throwing these concerts, try to get some money out your pocket. And then they got these cases popping up that looks to be all just designed, y'all. Money, 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 all over the place. Oh, we're not getting enough. Let's bring some more attention. Get some celebrities to give some money. Oh, I'm gonna give $50,000 to whoever tell. Who y'all think gonna tell on themselves? And these kids' families are rich already. I said this already. They're rich. Who gonna tell y'all? Did anybody tell? Is anybody coming forth for Carmelo? No. Even black kids right now are coming forth and doing interviews, and the mama sitting up there nudging them. Don't talk too much now. Don't talk too much. Didn't she nudge her son when he was doing an interview, y'all? Didn't she? Is this what we're looking at, y'all? A bunch of programmed people that not about to mess up their position because Nolan chose to go out. A lot of people that today's day and age, they ain't partying like they used to. And if they do throw a party, it's something that they get their close friends and throw a little party and do whatever they're going to do that way. But going to the clubs and going out and being in these big crowds with people and stuff like that, a lot of people tell me this every day, y'all. That ain't where's that no more. Hanging out with these crowds and trying to be in crowd all the time. You end up being entertainment for the in crowd, y'all. You end up being entertainment. So many eerily things that is connecting Malcolm Jamal Warner's, you know, the water ritual passing. People are saying now they should reopen Malcolm Jamal Warner's case because they feel like there is some foul play there. The wife thought that she was gonna get all the money. He ended up leaving the money to his mama. Now I ain't saying the wife shouldn't get anything, because I'm sure he left her with something. She probably got the house and other little money that they had like in a bank account and stuff like that. He didn't just leave her broke. I doubt that very serious. But just in case, especially you going out the country with these women and all this stuff, and they from somewhere else and all of this stuff. He protected his estate by putting it in his mama name, y'all. Shout out to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Because something went right and he knew it. And he knew he made a mistake. That's why he did what he did. Everything he promised her, she didn't get. You know why? Because he started seeing some things that probably people was telling him, but he wouldn't listen to at first. That's probably why, y'all. Passed away July, water ritual, same type of situation. And people like, oh, I think they took him somewhere else and took him out and then brought him back there and this and that. And I think he was taken out on that island, on that west tip over there, away from the crowd, because most of the crowd was in the middle. But they had all the rowdy people on that tip on the end. Something happened down there. My personal opinion. And they took him away from the island and brought him back. Now the question is, y'all, if I was on the team or whatever, the main thing I'd be trying to do is find out. They put GPS on that boat. Well, why not put a GPS on all the boats that went in and out, including the rescue people? Because if y'all think for 1 minute that, number one, this is a Fed's island. The Feds own this island, y'all. And I don't know why people ain't talking about that. The Feds own that island. Nobody's saying anything about that. They're just saying, oh, the Feds didn't join the case. The Feds ain't had no choice. It was on their property. They have no choice but to be a part of it, y'all. To be a part of the case. Okay? And I'm going to say this. Any 2 times that you got elites and you got police officers and judges and all of this other stuff that's connected, okay? And possibly the feds. Any 2 times you got all of that stuff entwined in one bowl, you know what's going to be in that bowl too? Whoever came to rescue or back and forth was moving around. How you know one of those people didn't put him back there? What don't make sense is the helicopter swirled all over the island. Didn't see Nolan or nothing at what? 6 o'clock in the morning? Went all around the place. Helicopter. Didn't see nothing. The only thing they saw was other boats coming out there. People that were searching. Right? That's all they said. Oh, it was just people that were searching out there. How do we not know one of the people that call themselves searching didn't put them back there? 2 hours later, then they found them. He just drifted. Within the 2 hours of them searching that same area, you flip back around, here he is. To me, and I hate to say it, but it's a possibility that, all of them played a part in this. When these demons do stuff, a lot of people play a part to help cover it up. Just like with Mo3's case. We don't know if the second rescue team that came to help them fix their boat, we don't know if that was the cleanup people to help clean up the boat. Further tell them what to do next. Get them instructions. Go to the judge house and get y'all stories together. What you gonna say? What you gonna say? You think a judge don't know what's gonna throw the jury off and throw everybody off? All y'all say something different. No, have the same story. They gonna think y'all put the story together. If all y'all say something different, they ain't gonna think y'all put it together. Well, all actual reality, you probably did. Word on the street, they're getting to witnesses and people that know something. They're getting to them, y'all. This is what people are saying. That the people that came and said something at first, now they're doing interviews and they clenching up. Mama said, shh, be quiet. Don't talk too much. You know, we got to still live in this neighborhood. We got to still live with these people. Some of these people are teachers and all of that stuff. Your grades might drop. You don't know. They might be trying to target us. You go up there and you say what you're going to say and get off of there. Don't say too much. A lot of these people, these big houses that they living in, they cost a lot of money. They would have to sell their house and go move somewhere else. So people are starting to not talk. If you're part of a same organization or trying to be, they're going to all stick up for each other, y'all. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about that, y'all. They're going to all stick up for each other. And one of those kids that was on the boat, like it or not, stepmama is a judge. Y'all, is a judge. And probably the one that just had the interview with the Uncle to the Tom blogger. He just had an interview. We went out there a lot of times. Last year we went out there for the 4th with Nolan. That's how y'all get people comfortable. That's how y'all get them coming. Come around you and feel just foot and fancy free. I got a white friend, but ask me if I'm about to go off in the woods with her. I'm just saying, y'all. And she know that too. I ain't going nowhere with you. Not like that. If I ain't planning it, we ain't going. Okay, y'all. I watch you just like I watch the blacks that I be. I'll do the same thing. If I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel comfortable. And even if I am comfortable, I ain't about to let you. I'm not about to let you get me off of somewhere in the woods. I'm not about to let you tell your family invite me somewhere by myself. No. Okay, how long I've been talking to you? It ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen, y'all. I just would not let my guards down like that. This is how people are feeling right now. That these are just characters from the 2026 Get Out. This is how people are feeling right now, y'all. This another one just came forward. And he asked him certain questions and he had to take a deep swallow like um why you get to certain questions and you got a deep swallow. Huh? Is this the one that his stepmama is the judge? Because 9 times out of 10, them probably are the worst one in the crowd because they gonna get on the way with whatever they do. Probably the worst one. I ain't saying he is because I don't know him. I'm gonna say allegedly, but 9 times out of 10, those are the problem ones. The ones that got feds as fathers and mothers. The ones that has police officers that's mothers and fathers. They feel like they can do whatever they want. Their parents is going to get them out of it. That don't always, it don't always go down that way. But a lot of times when they are plugged with these secret to the societies, y'all, these elites, they don't get in no trouble. And y'all think that Ben Crump didn't know that? On the movie, they wanted the guy eyes on Get Out. What did they want? Did they want something off of Nolan's neck? I had to go Google. I saw, is there any part in the neck that could be used for, organ harvesting and stuff like that? And it said yes, several things. Structures of the human neck can be harvested and transplanted or grafted into someone else, y'all. Several things. So body part was popping up. And my thing is, was there any other body parts missing that they not talking about? Huh? They said the same thing about Kanika Jenkins. That something in her throat or There were some in her neck that they needed. Y'all remember that? That was the story that went around. A lot of people saying that she had a body part missing. That's why she was in the freezer and all kind of stuff. We heard all kind of stuff. Don't know if it was true or not because I wasn't there. Didn't see the autopsy report of nothing about that. But that's what people were saying. That's why her hair was covering her neck to cover up where they wanted her neck at. Why is that, y'all? What the heck is going on? What did they need off of Nolan? Was that extra? Kanika Jenkins' mama just got paid millions of dollars for what happened to her. There was some fault there. Who is Nolan parents gonna sue? The police department? Is it gonna sue them? That's a normal thing for the neck to be missing. A lot of people are saying, well, they don't know what to say about that because the neck is gone. Now we gotta wait for the toxicology report. We're still waiting on that. And still no answers, y'all. No answers. Every time they open their mouth and say something, it don't make sense. But what makes sense is there's a lot of lies going around here. A lot of lies. And everybody was talking about the lies that was popping out. But some of these little, Masonic people, they're gonna be like, Miss Lowdown was the only one that was saying this. Everybody was talking about the two females that came out and said that he was burned. Everybody was talking about everything else that I was talking about. People was talking about it. Only thing I didn't hear nobody talk about was the daddy, building some type of, being able to repair a boat, all that stuff. And that was sent to me during the time that the blogger got mad at me because I was talking about this case. So that was sent to me during that time. And then I didn't hear anybody else talk about it, so I took it down. But this is how the internet works. This is how these Masons work. If you're not going along with everybody else and doing what they tell you to do and following the leader, and you got your own mind and your page doing something different or whatever, they come at you. But they ain't coming at everybody that was doing it. They ain't talking about everybody that was saying that something ain't right about the mama. Only pick me. I want y'all to pay attention to how this whole situation got to where it got to. And one thing for surely sure is anybody going to learn anything from it? Or is Miss Thing, like on a movie, going to, get ready to prepare for her next victim? That's what she was getting ready to do in the movie. Soon as she lined him up, so they could do whatever. God knows what with him. Take his ass. He want his ass, y'all. Then all of a sudden, she's in a room going to get somebody else. Only thing about this movie is he had a best friend that made sure he made it home. That's the only difference in this movie and Nolan. His best friends that he claimed was his friends, they didn't make sure he made it home. And with that guy saying it was like 4,000 people there, just because you come there don't mean everybody gonna just kick it together. There was so many people there, like he said, the guy said, it was people there from other schools, from all over the place, different areas. For all we know, Nolan could have told him that he was could have told him. For all we know, they could have told him that. But why would y'all erase all of y'all social media stuff? Why would that be a thing for you to erase if that's the case? Maybe they thought, oh, they're going to blame us because he came there with us. So they took their stuff down for that reason. I doubt it. But that's what they want us to believe. He's grown. If he wanted to stay there, he would stay there. The parents is saying that they always taught him, if y'all want to believe the parents, we always taught him that if you go with somebody, you leave with those people. Too many unanswered questions. the whole boat thing is enough for me, because if my boat is sinking and I call for help, even if somebody else say I'm coming, I'm still gonna let the other one come too, because I want to see who's gonna get to me first. Because I ain't caring about who, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't about a money thing that, oh, they came and we waste some money by having to pay them for coming out to rescue us and somebody else can't. No, if you're sinking, you want help for whoever show up. You ain't finna tell somebody, no, you don't have to come because somebody else gonna show up. That was a part of the cover up to me. That was a part of the cover up. And it is what it is, y'all. There's so many ways people are going to take this. People are going to keep arguing over this. And black people, y'all got to stop arguing over these stories. We do. We have to stop arguing. Myself too. Even getting into other bloggers over these stories, because some of these stories are put out here by design for to keep people into it with each other. You're going to have your opinion. We're going to have our opinion. And I'm looking at stuff from every angle, y'all. Every angle. From the mama them angle to the Freemasonry angle, stuff like that. That this is what they into when they want to move up and this and that and this. Okay? This is what they into. From the boys' angle that was on the boat, and they're saying what they're saying. From the autopsy reports that were coming out, the one that he had to be made to put out, because people want answers. They gave y'all all their money. They want some answers. Y'all ain't giving them nothing. And you still ain't gave us nothing. Because that autopsy report could mean he even failed. He could have failed. And people got scared. He hit his back his head. It's something. You know what I'm saying? Could have failed. We don't know. And we still don't know nothing. Throat missing inside, fully closed. Now we found it out. Oh, that was a mistake. He didn't say that. This is what Van Crump is saying. He didn't say that about don't be putting words in his mouth. I told y'all it's going to be some chaos when it comes to this situation. Let me see, can I find that video back, y'all? Let me see, can I go back and find that video? Give me 1 second. Because that's crazy. They already having arguments right now. Over what Ben Crump said. Injury to the back of the head and the neck missing. Wait a minute, y'all. See if I can find it. This is crazy, y'all. And I can't even find it. Wait a minute. Okay, listen to this right here. And I'm not defending these guys, because I truly feel like if they didn't do it, this is my personal opinion. If these guys did not do it, they handed him over to somebody that would. My personal opinion. They handed him over to somebody that would. I think that female was a major part of getting him away from his original crew that he came there with. And like I said, I just feel like things were done a certain way so they can have an alibi, all of that. By even saying that the boat, something's wrong with it. What was wrong with the boat? Did anybody take a picture of the boat and what actually happened? Was there an altercation on the boat? Where are the GPSs to everybody's boat that came out there? Not just check the GPS of everybody's boat that came out there, the search unit, everybody. Everybody. And call records of everybody, even the search people. Because the search people could have been talking to the judge and telling them, oh, bring his body here, oh, drop his body. We don't know. We don't know. And we don't have no answers. But when you got a judge and the judge knows prosecutors and all of that, they know what you can say to get out of what. Why do you think a lot of these celebrities like Jay-Z and Yo Gotti them, they throw parties and they best friends with lawyers. This is how they get out of the stuff. So it is what it is. Y'all, something ain't right about this whole situation. Whole situation on both sides, y'all. Being corrupt now, to me, they knew wasn't gonna come on. They this is my personal opinion. I feel in my heart of hearts that being corrupt them side don't want no answers for truth stuff to come out about what really happened to him. And I feel like they know that ain't nothing gonna come of this. They know it. Just like, oh, I'll give a $50,000 to whoever tell. If nobody ever tells, they never puts that money. They never have to put that $50,000 up, do they, y'all? Only if we get an arrest of who did it. These kids got money galore. All of these kids that he's hanging with got money. They not fascinated by that 50,000. They not fascinated by 100,000. They're not. They're gonna make sure that they don't go to prison, so they can go on with their lives and graduate and go to college and get some good jobs and do the same thing that they did hanging out with Nolan in them jobs. Okay, put their foot on our necks, and this is how they stay in charge. And we as a people got to wake up. We have to wake up and stop fighting against people that's trying to tell you something for your own good. Even if you feel like they're not. Give people the opportunity. Give them a chance. When they're trying to talk to you. Don't be so quick to judge somebody and be like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about when there's story after story after story after story is coming out right now. That people are being found all over the place in compromising positions, y'all. All over the place. In very suspicious positions, y'all. Very demonic positions, y'all. This is what is going on happening on the news over and over and over again. And we gotta wake up. We have to wake up as a people. And stop putting ourselves in this type of predicament. Life is too short for people not to be happy. And at the same time, don't put yourself. Don't keep playing rushing to the root to the left with your life just to hang out and be a part of a group. And it's clear as day that you are eyeball out. We gotta wake up, y'all. Our teens, our people have to wake up and stop falling for the same thing over and over and over and over again. Every time you get a little few dollars, they try to figure out a way to get that from you. It's okay to help, families that's going through these type of things and this and that and that and this. But there's a reason for the help. They done took it to a whole nother level, y'all. A whole nother level. It's a reason for the help. People, they struggle like everybody else. If you go in your pocketbook or your bank account and you give to stuff like this, you want some answers. You want some justice. A lot of these cases you're not getting that. Only thing you're getting is, supporting the family. They having a lot of money to look how Shanquella Robinson, y'all. Do y'all remember Shanquella Robinson's sister dancing right before they was getting ready to go collect more money that they claimed that they were going to use for the investigation? They were going to churches and all of that stuff. She turned on her phone and she went live and she was dancing in the mirror. Like going to collect some more money, y'all. Basically, this is how she was dancing, prancing in the mirror. Your sister just been taken out. And you in the mirror dancing while your mama getting ready for y'all to go and beg some more people for some money. I don't like to see how people being used like that. I don't. And I speak up on that all the time because if that irritates me, I'm sure it irritates other people. The only people that it don't irritate when somebody is constantly begging, 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 and you are going to their page, supporting their page, and they constantly only people is not irritated by that It's the lost ones, y'all. Or you balling out of control, just got money like that just to be thrown away. Because you see now that a lot of these bloggers are tied together. They're tied. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. They're tied. And you're seeing that now. 2026 is revealing these things. And people are connected. And if you get on YouTube and you start a page and you're not with the program, you're going to be, targeted by other bloggers that you're not keeping up with what they're saying or what they're doing. Not all, just some. Just some. And they're showing their face, showing who they really are, who they're tied to, why their stories always lines up with another person because y'all tied together. Tied together. And if bloggers are tied together and they're in sororities and fraternities and stuff like that, and they're tied together on the internet, what you think somebody gonna do on an island? What you gonna think they're gonna do with rescue people coming out? It could have been any one of these people that was calling themselves going to look for him, pretending like they're going to look for him. Could have been the one that dropped his body back off. And that's the only thing that makes sense for them to search their area, and then 2 hours later his body pops back up. All of a sudden his body pops up when everybody searched their area already. To me, somebody in that search brought that body back there. My personal opinion. They made sure the flight, the little plane, took its little round. They made sure that they looked as if they was out there looking for him too, and they dropped their body off. That's why I keep saying adults played a part in his passing. In Nolan's passing, adults to me played a part, and we gotta as a people stop sitting up here saying, "Oh, they should have, couldn't, they wouldn't, she wouldn't have did that." No, you can't tell me that she did this. Tell that to all the other babies that have been taken out. And they found out later that family played a part. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I told y'all a lot of times when somebody be lined up too, and it say wealth or it say Powerball or lottery and stuff like that. People that play a part, everybody getting some money off of it. All of these teens are getting clout off of this right now, y'all. Do y'all remember that's what Carmelo Anthony's father got up there and said, "Oh, we going viral." Have all these kids been going viral with this Nolan Wells stuff, y'all? Ask yourself this question. A lot of people making their rounds, doing their interviews and showing off their pictures. A lot of people getting new followers. Yeah, they're getting a lot of clout off of this. Another brother gone, and everybody is getting clout. People is getting boogle monies coming in, and the mother decides to go and put the estate in her name instead of her and the daddy name. I said, what the heck is really going on here? Why would the mother have to go put his estate in her name when you already over his money in the first place? Y'all make it make sense. Why would she just put her name on there and not the daddy's? Somebody close, and I said this a while back. I said that somebody that's allegedly close to the situation said, "Don't be surprised, Miss Lowdown, if her and her husband separate, because she is enjoying this attention and all that money coming in now too." They was like, "Shh, you just don't know." This is what people were telling me back, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is crazy." And then now the estate, you just put your name on the estate, and not your husband too, but that's his son too. Made you think about take off, mom and daddy fighting over the money. Made me think about all of that, y'all. Like, why would you do that? Why? Somebody right in the water. I said this about Malcolm Jamal Warner, that there was some trouble in paradise between him and that wife. I said that. Everybody was tripping on me saying that too. A year later, on the anniversary of Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing, the wife has a laundry list a laundry list, y'all, of what she thinks the mama should be giving her out the money. And she don't know, just putting the target on her, because people are wondering now, did you set Malcolm up to pass away because you thought you was going to be over his money? Did you set him up? He's over there in the country where your people at. Did you set him up for that money? And was for a rude awakening because you thought you had a baby bam that you was going to be basking in his money? And he had a whole nother situation going on behind closed doors. He was making sure Mama Bear stayed in charge. He was making sure the woman that gave birth to him was the one that was going to be in charge of his money. And it wasn't going to be, if somebody did take him out, they wasn't going to enjoy his money. That's what I got from that. A year later, we're finding that out. Are we going to find out a year later that there's a reason she put that in her name? And people don't want me to speak on these things. I can see if I was lying, but this is what they're saying she did. The reports is coming out saying this. This is what she was doing, laughing like she about to bust a gut laughing. But when she was getting interviewed or whatever. And I said the truth and everybody got mad about it. Let me unsubscribe from you. Blah, 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 blah. Then you got the other little blogger over there, the washed up blogger that's always begging everybody. Go and subscribe from her. Just stay away from her. Then I put up the picture. I ain't say nothing about Tisa Tales. I said Tisa is the one that put the report up. I had somebody in my comment section, oh, you put these pictures up of her throwing up these times because she talked with her hands. I said, Lord have mercy. I know a lot of people talk with their hands, y'all. A lot of people. I don't see them throwing that up all the time. I don't. Video wasn't about her, though. But if you keep doing it, then that's what people are going to screenshot and send. I didn't watch the video. I didn't. Somebody sent me the video. That's what they did. They sent me pictures and sent me the video. I think I listened to 3 minutes and a couple of minutes of it, and then I got off because I heard what I needed to hear her say. The mother put in a lawsuit, and why? That's all I need to hear, and I jumped off. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I put on what was sent. I see it. Everybody else see it. It is what it is. If you don't want people to think you're a part of the Illuminati, then stop throwing up the signs of the Illuminati. That's all I can say. Don't keep running over here to my page talking stuff to me. Because I'm going to say what I got to say. And I'm going to say it. And if you got a problem, don't listen. Don't listen. But let's get back to this, y'all. What y'all think? All of those boats that went over there, rescues, whatever, they need the GPS on all of them. All of the boats that was over there. From the night he went missing, especially the 5th and the 6th. There was a lot of people there on the 4th, so I can see them, but I still would check the same people boats that was on the 5th and the 6th too. I would check their phone records. I would check their boats too. Because somebody slipped his body back on that island. And they did. Them kids wasn't going to do it. They wasn't going to risk them coming back over there saying, oh, they boat came back over there. They figured people going to check their GPS. Well, what about checking the rescue people's GPS? I'm just saying, y'all. Somebody put that body back. And we don't know if the rescue people ain't one of their friends. I'm just saying. And if that's the case, check the phone records. Rescue people, who they were talking to. Was they talking to anybody of those kids' family members? Are they friends with them? They gotta do that type of. I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you to all the members and the memberships that I have. I appreciate each and every last one of you. I appreciate the ones that just watch the videos, that watch, the advertisements, all of that. Anything helps the channel, whatever. Even if you're just watching the channel, that helps the channel. Thank you for everybody that takes the time out to put a comment in, because I appreciate each and I'll be paying attention, y'all. I really, really do. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace. Hit that like button.